When you think of profit in PokeMMO, Wailmer probably isn't the first Pokemon that comes to mind, but it should be. Behind its big bubbly grin lies a niche that's quietly making serious waves in the breeding economy. Wailmer's real value shines when it comes to a certain egg move. It's a crucial stepping stone in breeding a Squirtle with Water Spout, a devastating move that turns Blastoise into a force in popular gym rerun teams. In this video, I'm showing you the results of 2 hours of farming Wailmer. To make things a bit more interesting, I farmed Wailmer in 2 different ways. 1 hour using regular Pokeballs and 1 hour using Quick Balls. Is this just another fishing trip or the secret to steady profit in PokeMMO? Let's find out. Thank you Jinxed for the inspiration. Your video on the new best gym rerun method got me thinking, and that's what led me to dive into the world of Wailmer farming. Seriously, his video is awesome. It's packed with tips and clever strategies, so make sure to give it a watch after this one. You won't regret it. Before we dive into the grind, let's go over what you'll need to get started with Wailmer farming. For farming Wailmer, you only need a Super Rod, a catching Pokemon with the moves Spore and False Swipe, and the modest Pokemon with the ability Synchronize. Why Synchronize, you ask? If the lead Pokemon in your party has the ability Synchronize, there's a 20% chance that any wild Pokemon you encounter will share that Pokemon's nature. Since the end goal is to breed a modest Squirtle, a modest Synchronizer up front helps stack the odds in your favor from the very start of your farming. The reason for using Pokeballs instead of Quick Balls is cost efficiency. At just 200 Pokeyen per ball, they're 6 times cheaper than Quick Balls, which go for 1200 Pokeyen. That price difference adds up fast when you're fishing for dozens of Wailmer. Of course, there's a trade-off. Regular Pokeballs won't catch a full health Wailmer reliably. So you'll need to swap out your synchronized Pokemon into your catching Pokemon. Use False Swipe to lower its HP and Spore to put it to sleep. It takes more time per catch, but if you're working on a budget and aiming for long-term gains, this is the way to go. If speed is your priority, Quick Balls are the way to go. No need to swap out your synchronized Pokemon, weaken the Wailmer or put it to sleep. Just toss a Quick Ball on the first turn and you're often walking away with the catch instantly. This means more encounters per hour and less time spent on each Wailmer, which can ultimately lead to catching more high quality Wailmer overall. As already mentioned, while Quick Balls are great for speed, they're not exactly budget friendly. Each one costs 1200 Pokeyen, which adds up fast, especially if you're farming for extended sessions. And here's another catch. If the Quick Ball fails on the first turn, you lose its biggest advantage. From there, you will either waste more time switching to your catching strategy or risk knocking the Wailmer out. So while this method is fast when it works, every failed catch costs both time and money. Each method has its strengths and weaknesses, but in the end it all comes down to one thing: profit. So, how did they stack up? Let's break it down. Before we jump into the results, a quick note on where I did the farming. I chose Route 106 in Hoenn, where you'll encounter Wailmer 100% of the time when using a Super Rod. That said, Route 106 isn't your only option. Spots like Slaterport City also offer the same Wailmer encounter rates, making them great alternatives, especially if you prefer a more central or convenient location. It's all about what suits your playstyle the best. In the following, I will refer to the 2 approaches as the Pokeball method and the Quick Ball method. I caught 40 Wailmer in 1 hour using the Pokeball method. As expected, I caught more Wailmer with the Quick Ball method, namely 66. The catch rate with the Pokeballs was surprisingly good. Only twice was a Wailmer able to free itself, resulting in a catch rate of 95.24%. The situation is worse when using the Quick Balls. 23 out of 66 could not be caught with the first Quick Ball. This means that on average every third Wailmer got free. If this happened, I had to switch to my catching Pokemon depending on the situation, and catch the Wailmer using the Pokeball method or improvise if Wailmer used Whirlpool. I used a total of 15 Pokeballs and 8 Ultra Balls in such cases. The gender distribution looks very consistent in both methods. The male rate is 45% for the Pokeball method and 45.45% for the Quick Ball method. The nature distribution should be around 20% due to the synchronizability. With the Quick Ball method, this is also the case at 22.73%. However, I was extremely lucky with the Pokeball method. 16 out of the 40 Wailmer had a modest nature. This is definitely an outlier. If you also use this method, it's better to calculate with 20%. Now let's take a closer look at the IVs of the captured Wailmer. With the Pokeball method, 5 of the 40 Wailmer caught had at least 1 times 31 IVs, which is 12.5%. 2 Wailmer stand out. One of them was male, had a modest nature and 31 IVs in defense and speed. The other was also male and modest and had 31 IVs in speed. With the Quick Ball method, 9 of the 66 Wailmer caught had at least 1 times 31 IVs, which is 13.6%. Very similar to the Pokeball method. Here, 6 Wailmer really stand out. 2 Wailmer have 2 times 41 IVs, one of which is even male and has 31 IVs in special attack and special defense. Then I caught 4 Wailmer with 31 IVs in speed, one of which has the modest nature. I categorized the remaining Wailmer as follows: male with modest nature, female with modest nature, male and female. Here's an overview of the Wailmer in the mentioned categories. Now the question arises, at what price was I able to sell the Wailmer? Let me say this up front. I was pleasantly surprised by the prices Wailmer was selling for. Let's begin with the male and female categories. Just as a reminder, these are male and female Wailmer without any special traits. They don't have perfect IVs and they aren't modest. I haven't listed all the Wailmer yet since I didn't want to flood the market. Still, I did list a couple of them. I sold the females for 1,999 Poke-Yen each and the males for 2,499 Poke-Yen. Both the male and female Wailmer with modest nature sold for 4,999 Poke-Yen each. The special Wailmer were hard to categorize, so I've put together a list of the prices they sold for. It's worth mentioning that male Wailmer with 31 IVs in speed sold for 30,000 Poke-Yen each, and with modest nature even for 40,000 Poke-Yen. The male Wailmer with perfect IVs in special attack and special defense went for an incredible 60,000 Poke-Yen. To be fair, the Wailmer with perfect IVs in defense and special attack and modest nature hasn't sold yet. I have listed it for 70,000 Poke-Yen. However, I believe it's safe to say that it could sell for 60,000 Poke-Yen as well, especially considering it has better attributes than the previous one. Here's a look at my GTL listings that were successfully sold, just to show you that I actually achieved these prices. When we add it all up, that results in a total revenue of 240,463 Poke-Yen using the Pokeball method and 400,940 Poke-Yen with the Quick Ball method. By deducting the costs from the revenue, we arrive at a net profit of 188,563 Poke-Yen with the Pokeball method and 237,645 Poke-Yen with the Quick Ball method. Comparing these results with the outcomes of my previous analysis, it's clear that the Quick Ball method is by far the most profitable one. Of course, a bit of luck is always part of the equation, but that's true for any method. This method has a low entry barrier, making it accessible to everyone. Take advantage of it while Wailmer are still selling at such high prices, and let me know in the comments how you like this method. Thanks to everyone who watched the video until the end. I really appreciate it. These videos take a lot of time and effort to produce, so if you like this video and could give me 3 seconds of your precious time, I would really appreciate if you'd leave a like and subscribe for more PokeMMO statistics. If you watched until the end, there's a high probability you're gonna like these 2 videos as well. Okay, that's gonna do it. Until the next time, see ya.